You've made great progress. Time for Chapter 2. Remember, you don't read this spellbook like a muggle book. Point your wand at the glowing words, then pull the T button to start reading. It's time to move on to more complex magic. In this chapter, we will cover a range of challenging and at times dangerous new spells. Keep your wits about you in this chapter, and soon you'll master new magical skills from revealing invisible ink, or conjuring flocks of birds from your wand, to the art of magical fire making. There we have it. Turn the page to learn the first spell in this chapter.
The fire-making spell. We'll first learn a bit about the spell, then you can try casting it. Remember, you need to use your wand to read. Point at the glowing words, hold the T button and pull the words up.
From lighting a warm hearth to igniting a Christmas pudding, the fire-making spell is always useful around the wizarding household. However, the ability to produce fire with the flick of a wand can be dangerous to your fellow students, and worse, your books. A pair of dragonhide gloves is therefore recommended for this lesson. More careless students might also like to brush up on any hair regrowing spells that they might know. Look at that! Ready to begin reading the story? Oh, too quick, you need to hold down the T button. Point at one of the... Spectacular though it is, students are warned that irresponsible use of the fire-making spell can have serious consequences. Take one ill-fated performance of Malacry's classic wizarding play, Alas, I Have Transfigured My Feet. History does not record the names of the actors, which is perhaps for the best, since by halfway through the first act, the audience had taken to throwing, "Looks like your spellbook is testing you again. What do you think the audience threw at the actors?" Point at one of the tabs, hold the T button and slide it out. Oh yes, the audience had taken to throwing pumpkins. Undeterred, the actor playing Capot began the famous foot transfiguration scene. By this time, the special effects wizard hidden under the stage was apparently as bored as the audience. And decided to replace the traditional puff of yellow smoke with a huge eruption of... What do you think he conjured up? Oh yes, a huge eruption of fire from his wand. The audience were suitably impressed, and their cheering only increased when the curtains caught alight. And the effects wizard began vainly trying to put out the flames while dodging hexes from the play's director. With the rest of the cast fleeing in panic, the actor playing Capot took this as his moment to shine. Casting a... Now what spell would you cast for your big moment in a burning theatre? Casting a flame-freezing charm, he began the play's rousing final speech, protected from the fire, now engulfing the stage. Unfortunately, his no doubt stirring delivery was lost in the confusion as the audience abandoned the theatre. And the ill-prepared effects wizard tried desperately to remember the flame-freezing charm for himself. Show-off young students should take heed. Cast your fire-making spell with care. Well, now you've learned a little about its dangers. Aren't you eager to try the fire-making spell for yourself? Our vandal has scribbled all over your book again. They've probably left you some nasty magical surprise. Go on then. Point your wand at the scribble and pull it up. Merlin's beard! A paper dragon! This spellbook is packed full of surprises, all right. Now look what's happened! Perhaps one of the spells you've learnt so far can put out the fire. Fortunately, your book is enchanted to make fire harmless, so you can just wave your hands over the page to put out the flames. You'll be fine. That's it! There's still some soot on there. Clear it all up with your hands, or the school librarian will never let me hear the end of it. Good as new. Fortunately, your book is protected by powerful enchantments for exactly this reason. Now, if you've quite finished fooling around, now you know all about fire making, time to try casting it. Turn the page when you're ready to learn how to cast the spell. Time to learn to cast the spell. That's it. Now, just flick your wand sharply down towards the book to cast. I can't quite see the book. Incendio! The incantation to produce fire from your wand is Incendio. Clear your mind, grip your wand firmly and say it now. 1, 2, 3.
Whatever.
Very nice. Now you're ready to learn the wand gesture for this spell. Pull up the gesture diagram from the page. The fire-making spell uses 3 movements. A straight line to the right, then diagonally down and left, then right again. So it's like drawing a letter Z.
Great! Once more, this time draw the shape from memory.
Well remembered. Brilliant. You've created fire, a valuable skill for any wizard. Now, try... That's it. You'll need to learn to flick fire accurately, so keep flicking until you've got the hang of it. Excellent. You're a dab hand at the fire-making spell. Let's give your skills a real workout. Turn the page. Now let's see you handle a more challenging task. Your spellbook is going to conjure up a place for you to practice fire-making safely. Pull up the glowing picture. It's time to practice flicking fire from your wand. See how fast and accurate you can be with your spell casting. The place is full of creatures. These paper pests can be a real nuisance, so make sure you get rid of them all with your fire-making spell. Use your fire-flicking technique to burn away all the paper creatures. I'll be giving out house points depending on how fast and accurate you are in this task. Creepy crawlies. Get rid of them. Well done. Now, aim carefully and see how many you can get rid of. Ah, butterflies. Remember, this is just bewitched paper. Don't let me catch you trying this spell on the real thing. A fire-breathing paper dragon? Seems a bit impractical. Please try not to hit classroom furniture. It's expensive to replace. Well done. Spectacular! You earned 15 house points.
Time to find out how well you did.
Here's a wizarding photograph as a memento. There you are, casting the fire-making spell like an old hand. Well done. Superb show of wand work, 15 house points. Impressive work. When you're ready, turn the page to move on to the next spell. Oh, the bird conjuring charm. This charm is one of my favourites. Pull up the glowing text to read what our esteemed author had to say about bird conjuring. The bird conjuring charm conjures a small flock of birds from the end of the wand. It's important to remember that your conjured creatures are not real animals. The more accomplished you become at the spells that create them, the more real the animals will appear. But you will be disappointed if you try to keep your creations as pets. They are mere phantoms of your own making. We've got an extra note with new information from Miranda. Pull it up to read it, or just turn the page if you want to get casting the spell. Of course, creating any living creature out of thin air is immensely difficult. This spellbook is concerned with practical instruction and not with theory. But your teacher will be able to explain the principle of artificianimate quasi-dominance, which will help you understand some of the many things that can go wrong when attempting to conjure animals from nothing. Severed heads, unidentifiable stumps, terrifying frog-rabbit mutations all have been created, to the dismay of those who made them, and the horror of those who found them hidden under cushions. However, for reasons that are still not fully understood, research continues in the Department of Mysteries in the Ministry of Magic. Two categories of creature are much easier to create from nothing than any other: birds and snakes. Interesting thing to collect? There we are. Turn the page when you're ready to add another feather to your wizarding cap with the bird conjuring charm. On this page, we'll cover the wand gesture and incantation for bird conjuring. We'll learn the incantation first. Pull up the illustration on the page. Avis. To conjure birds from thin air, you must learn the correct incantation. Avis. Ready? Say the incantation. 1, 2, 3. Excellent pronunciation. Time to learn the wand gesture for this spell. Pull up the gesture diagram. The bird conjuring charm calls for 2 smooth bumps from left to right with your wand. All right. Now you need to draw the gesture again, this time from memory.
That's it. Well done. Wonderful conjuring. Take a moment to admire your spell work. Of course, you can't control the birds, not with this spell alone, but if you wave your arms, you can play with them. Oh, they've spotted a bug. Conjured birds will chase off creepy crawlies. Remember that for this chapter's test. It might just come in handy. Now, if you stay very still, you'll find your new feathered friends are quite happy to come and sit on your book. There we are. How nice. The birds will disappear in their own time, or you can press the circle button. Well, it seems our magical vandal has left you another message. Aha! The Apugno jinx! The Apugno jinx. Since you seem to have discovered it, I suppose there's no harm telling you. This jinx causes your conjured birds to attack anything you flick your wand at. Come on, if you're going to try out this jinx, I'm going to let you try the jinx this once. So try flicking your wand. There you are! Your feathered friends have become a flock of fearful furies. Oh, you've certainly turned the tables on this cat. That's it. Oh, honestly. Go on then, finish him off. That's it, he's off. Now, you won't be able to use Apugno anywhere else. You might need to conjure birds in this chapter's test, but you won't need to control them. Well, you seem to have mastered all aspects of bird conjuring. Remember, you won't be able to use Apugno to control the birds anywhere but here. Now for part 2 of this chapter. Just close the book to select part 2.